Hello, I'm Maciej Mikos and you're watching World Talks. The Polish presidential campaign enters its final stage with centrist Rafał Trzaskowski and right-wing Karol Nawrocki looking to gain an upper hand over their rival. Much depends on the stance of the far-right sympathizers. The Eurosceptic Sławomir Mencen was backed by nearly 15% of voters in the first round. Today, Karol Nawrocki was a guest to Mencen's social media channel in an attempt to court the undecided ahead of the runoff on June the 1st. And to discuss it all, we are joined by Magdalena, Marta, Baran, magic editor at Liberté. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
So, Karol Nawrocki has signed the program declaration prepared by far-right leader, as I have already mentioned, Sławomir Mencen. Now, which points of this declaration you find the most intriguing, if not controversial?
Oh, well, I would start from that Nawrocki finally became a successor of Duda. In many memes, my students used to call Duda the ball pen on a pen, saying that he will sign everything. And exactly this is what happened in Mencen's studio, because since the very beginning, Nawrocki declared that he will sign the 8 points of the declaration prepared by Mencen. Well, for me, of course, the point about NATO and about Ukraine, since I work on war studies, so this is something important for me. Same, in fact, with that part about the freedom of speech in the frames of Polish constitution. And I'm aware that part of our commentators probably didn't notice that, in fact, it might be somehow connected with LGBT rights and abortion right, because since our far-right parties, but also right and pro-life organization, would say that abortion is forbidden according to the Polish constitution, or undertake the definition of marriage. So here we may have some doubts about if, in fact, it's not at this point, it's not a trap for Trzaskowski, who will be the guest of Mencen on Saturday evening.
On Saturday, there's still so much time. You know, this is campaign. There's still so much time until the visit of Rafał Trzaskowski to Sławomir Mencen's YouTube channel. But I was wondering whether Karol Nawrocki can be sure now that, you know, there's 15% of votes goes directly to him.
No, I don't think so, because first the voters are, and here it is probably the first time when I totally agree with Adrian Zandberg that well, you cannot just give someone votes. It's not you don't win those votes, in fact, and those people. And I talked to my students, and just last Monday after election, I have like almost 200 students from the first year, and probably 70% of them vote for Mencen or Zandberg. And we had a discussion after the lecture, and they told me, well, first, we read the programs, we listened to those people, and right now we are not able to vote for Nawrocki because he's like everything that we are not. They appreciate, in the case of Zandberg, of course, they appreciate the social rights. In the case of Mencen, they underline rather his being for freedom. Of course, his being for freedom is far from what I understand as freedom, but this is the part that is important for them. So right now they declare, okay, we want to go, or we rather go and vote for Trzaskowski. They have also in mind that's something that Trzaskowski I think haven't used during the campaign, so campus and the potential of young people. And I really hope, and even observing yesterday's meeting at the university in Warsaw, that this potential might be used in the second round.
Mm-hmm. Now, talking about potential, Grzegorz Braun gained some 6% of votes in the first round of the presidential election in Poland. Now, do you think that Karol Nawrocki will also approach this, you know, the most radical part of the Polish political stage?
Oh well, he's radical, as we know, but
said the most radical.
The most radical, yeah. So I don't think that he will reach those people, especially that some of them are absolutely anti-system. And since he represents, since he's supported by a political party, and a lot of things that Law and Justice has done, what also contested by Grzegorz Braun. So I don't think that he will reach more than percent, maybe 2% of his voters. Again, many of those people declare that they are not going to vote anyway.
I see. Now, what do you expect from Rafał Trzaskowski upon his visit to Sławomir Mencen's YouTube channel? Well, he has already promised to talk to him, but to discuss the points of this declaration rather than just sign it. Now, I'm wondering whether the gains from such a visit will, overcome the losses.
Well, what I liked today, at the very beginning of the talk between Mencen and Nawrocki, was that, okay, Mencen said, I don't want us to talk about Trzaskowski, I would like to hear your views. So I would like to hear about some views of Trzaskowski, and from the point of view of the young people, Mencen is able to push Trzaskowski to show his views, probably also to defend his views since he promised he's going to discuss some points. If I'm correct, he said yesterday evening that he would be able to support 3 or 4 of those points from the declaration, including not sending Polish troops to Ukraine. So I think that he may reach some people, and I don't think he will lose something. He will lose much more not going there. We remember Końskie, we remember the case of losing the support because he didn't take part in the first debate and the whole affair around the debate.
Right, but enough about small debates. In the end, let's discuss the big debate, the big televised debate that is going to take place tomorrow. Tomorrow, yes.
Tomorrow.
So what do you expect from this clash of titans?
Oh, well, I wouldn't say they are titans first.
There are 2 remaining candidates in the presidential runoff.
Okay, but do I have expectations? I would like to hear their views again. Not the beautiful stories we can hear during the campaign, and since they will be answering each other questions, I count on the intelligence of Rafał Trzaskowski and part of his team to find also to use part of what Mencen did today, so showing that in fact Mencen is Nawrocki is supported by Law and Justice, but denying and saying no to the most important of reforms of Law and Justice, and being against several times, 2 or 3 times he said today that Kaczyński wasn't right about something, and I really hope that Trzaskowski's team is going to use it. And what I expect mainly rational questions from Trzaskowski.
We'll see about it.
I would like to hear
We'll see about it tomorrow. Magdalena, Marta, Baran, managing editor of Liberté. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching and stay with us for much more news and features here on TVP World.